Hello, and welcome to the May 2nd, 2018 edition of the Cluster API breakout meeting for SIG Cluster Lifecycle. Devin, I'll let you kick it off because you have the first item on the agenda.
Thanks. So on our side, we're just starting to get in a position where we, oh no, nothing at all?
You don't appear to be muted. I see you moving.
I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
Yep. Oh, maybe it's just me.
Any luck yet?
I can hear you.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay, well,
Can other people give like a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether they can hear Devin? No. Okay. It'll be interesting to see if the recording can hear you. Well, if other people can hear you, why don't you keep going? Hopefully.
okay, sure. So our, we're starting to get a position where we can start using this API a bunch more. We had kind of our API, and we're trying to pivot to the API we're working on here. I think we're getting closer to that, so we're starting to have a lot of questions, and hopefully we can help out a little bit. A couple of things that we wanted to ask initially were, we noticed that it seems that deleting a machine set today, the machines that belong to that machine set remain, and we were wondering if that is intentional. It was kind of contrary to what we would have expected. We would have thought if you delete your machine set, the machines would get cleaned up. And it seems like that might come into play when we start dealing with machine deployment. So we were wondering if that would be a reasonable change to put in. Did you get any of that, Robert?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like you got it. I don't think it's hearing anything. That seems a reasonable change to me.
I would also expect that the machine deployment, machine sets would delete the machines when they're deleted, unless like explicitly stated. It should be an option on the machine set, like just like we have it on daemon sets and deployments, or like if you don't delete your children, I would assume that you would have some option like that. And machine deployments actually does rely on machine set deleting the machines underneath. So the machine deployment controller is work in progress, and we hope to send it out for review this week. Okay,
that's really exciting. That was my next question, was where that was, because we were looking at using that as well. Okay, so that's good. So maybe have you implemented anything on your side for cleaning up the machines from the machine set yet?
No, I've just been looking at the deployment code and figuring out what goes into the machine deployments and what doesn't.
And actually, Kenny just joined the call. Okay. Kenny, there's a question on a machine set and not deleting the machines. I don't know if you looked into any of that code, because you're like looking at resource teardown. It doesn't look like he's hearing us. Okay, so I think more technical difficulties.
Kenny's audio isn't working either. Okay, today's a bad day.
Okay, so what we'll do, maybe we'll try and poke around that on our side. If anybody does have anything in progress, just let us know on Slack, and we'll stop. But if not, we'll see if we can maybe get that added.
Do you mind opening up a GitHub issue so that we can track?
Sure, absolutely. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Anything that you come across, please file as an issue so we don't kind of work on the same thing, I guess.
Okay, will do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so can you guys hear me? Okay,
yes.
Cool. So the other question we had, and I'm working with Devin on adopting the Cluster API, was on status, right? So right now, provider-specific things are getting set as annotations on machines, such as like your machine, your cloud provider ID, and so on. And I was wondering if there can be a more structured way of storing these things than just annotations. So we have a string on on the cluster to store cluster cloud provider specific things. And I was wondering if something like that can exist on specific machines. The other question I had related to that is that right now the provider-specific status on clusters is just a string. It seems like following the pattern with provider config, it should be a raw extension or a structure that includes a raw extension so that we can store a proper struct there. Any thoughts on that?
So I'm curious what the rationale was, because internally we just copied that convention. My rationale for advocating for the string was that then it would be an opaque value, so that we wouldn't commit to any particular structure for provider-specific configuration. And I don't know why. Sorry.
So the raw extension gives you that, right? But it allows you to structure JSON or YAML or whatever inside that field, as opposed to serializing it first to a string and then including it in the field. So it's the same thing. It's just that you're using raw extension as opposed to a string.
Okay, right.
So what I will do is go ahead and create an issue on the repo, and yeah, everybody can chime in. And if we get agreement, I'll submit a PR to add that.
That sounds like a good next step. Then I think it can help with the discussion in a more structured way as well.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, I think the next one on the item on the agenda is around just logistics on the repo. So Chris Nova sent out a PR just a couple of days back, to remove the code from KubeDeploy, and everything has been migrated, successfully to Cluster API. I think there's nothing missing there. So I don't know if Chris or others don't have any updates. But otherwise, that should be the new repo, going forward. So I'll keep it deploy anymore. Do we have anything else on the agenda, or anything else you would like them to discuss? Okay, I guess not. So, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.